and welcome to the Southampton career mode. Yes, I'm making a career mode, and it's really weird because I'm meant to be an edits channel, but that's why I made my second channel, so I could upload content like this. And obviously we're going to be doing a Southampton career mode. It wasn't that hard. I was kind of flicking through loads of Premier League teams, and I thought Southampton would be, the best team to choose. They'd be a good team because obviously they're not the best Premier League team, but then they're also not the worst Premier League team. They're a mid-table team, and I feel like I could do very well with them, and I feel like I could get them to their former glory of Europa League places. Because if you would have seen in the intro, they did have 2 seasons where they finished in Europa League spots. I didn't mean to put that in the Europa League spots, and obviously they will put so then obviously we can get them back to that, and even further we can get them into the Champions League, and we could get them into the Europa League as well, to start off. But I feel like we'll have a really good career mode with Southampton, and I feel like yes, I do rage a lot when it comes to FIFA, but yeah, I feel like this career mode will be really good. I feel like I'll really enjoy it. I feel like you guys will really enjoy it, and I feel like we'll get to see the full potential of this Southampton squad. So as you can see here, I'm just customizing my manager. I'm customizing my manager here, trying to make him look so much like me, definitely. But yeah, I kind of like the manager customization because it's actually, I find it really cool because you can make managers look as much like you as you want. You can make them, look really funny. You can make them look really cool. With the mods on the PC, you can make them look more realistic. You can make them wear, funny outfits and stuff like that. But obviously on console, you can't really do that much. So you just have to stick with what you're given. And still, what you're given to use on console isn't even that bad. But you're probably wondering what we're really going to be doing in today's episode of this career mode. Now, really, we're going to be going over the players we want to sign, and the players we really need to sign, and things like that. So obviously we're going to go over and choose Southampton. They have some really good players, and so when we look at the squad, we'll obviously see all these good players and how they will help us to reach the glory that Southampton used to have, sort of. They didn't really have that much glory, but they were close to having a lot of glory. Now, I'm taking over from Ralph Hasenhüttl, who's not doing a bad job. He's got Southampton in 12th at the moment. He's got Danny Ings scoring goals, which, as a Liverpool fan, putting up with Danny Ings getting injured all the time, it's not really that fun. But he seems to have got Danny Ings into some good form. He's in some electric form. He's actually become pretty much a frightening, bottom 10 striker. But that's one of the reasons why I chose Southampton, because then we don't have to deal with Danny Ings. We have Danny Ings, so he's going to be one of our biggest attacking threats. But then if we go over to the squad here, now this isn't obviously the squad I will be using. I might be changing this around a bit, but for now I'm just going to go through the players that we have and some of the players that could be, huge for us. Players such as, if you go down here, you got Shea Adams, new signing from Birmingham. he's a really good player. He hasn't been that good in the Premier League, but I feel like he'll be really good for me. You also got Sofiane Boufal, who, yes, isn't that great in real life, but is not that bad in FIFA. I've used him before. He's not been that great, but I feel like he could be great in his career mode. Although I probably won't be playing him ahead of Nathan Redmond, because obviously pace. You always want pace in your winger, and Redmond's got abundance of that. We've also got Ward-Prowse, who's one of Southampton's best players in real life. He's definitely going to transfer over into the game. He's going to be one of our best players, key players. He's really good at set pieces. He's good at passing, as you can see there. 82 long pass, 85 short pass, 89 free kick accuracy, 89 crossing, 91 curve, and 82 penalties. These are brilliant stats for a lower team in the Premier League. And then you got Genepo, their new signing from Standard Liège, who was also in the intro. Pacey. He's an okay player, and I feel like I'll use him really well. I feel like his skill move should be a bit higher. If you haven't seen it, if I can remember correctly, he scored this really skillful goal, and I feel like he should at least be 4-star skills. But yeah, I guess EA know better than I do. Now we don't really have any other, like key players in the team. Jan Valery might do very good for us, but now I'm going to be picking my starting 11 that I'm going to have this season, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I've made my starting 11. So we've got Danny Ings and Adams up front, and then we've got Redmond and Genepo on the wings. We've got Ward-Prowse and Højbjerg in the middle. We've got Bertrand, Bednarek, that should be Vestergaard, forgot to do that, Vestergaard and Valery in the defence, and then McCarthy in goal, but I might put Angus Gunn in goal. And on the bench we've got Shane Long, who could come in handy. He's getting old though, so maybe we might look to sell him on and bring in a better backup striker. Sam McQueen, backup left back for Bertrand. Not that bad a left back. He is kind of old though, 24, 66 rated. Maybe we could train him up, but then also he is the best of left backs. So we might look to bring in a better backup left back, or even a starting left back, or not starting left back, but a left back that's sort of high rated and promising, so that, because Bertrand isn't the youngest, so someone that can, like, become our starting left back when he's older and he's deteriorating. We got Oriol Romeu, who I'm going to look to get rid of, because he's not a good midfielder, in my opinion. He's not a midfielder I'd like, because I like players with pace. And you might say, oh, but you're playing Vestergaard in defence. That's probably because he's lanky and he's our best defender, well, ratings wise. And also Oriol Romeu, really, whenever I've done a Southampton career mode before, he's always been one of the first people out of the door for me. I've never really used him, and if I ever do have him, he normally just sits and rots on my reserves. Then we've got Sofiane Boufal. We talked about him earlier. He could be a dangerous player for me, and he'll be a really good backup winger. Then we've got, if we go down here, we've got Stevens. Not a great centre-back. Might look to bring in a better backup centre-back, or I might even swap him with Danso or Yoshida, who are on the reserves. Not bad centre-backs. And then we've got Cedric back up right back. You may be thinking, oh, but isn't Valery worse than Cedric? I'm going to say, yes, ratings-wise, yes, but if you go off, like, how usable they are, I feel like Valery's much better than Cedric, and I'm going to be training Valery up. And then we've finally got Angus Gunn, backup goalkeeper, but could become our starting goalkeeper if Alex McCarthy's not playing well, or once he gets higher rated than Alex McCarthy. Now, one main thing you want to do in a career mode is make signings. So for our, you know, like, main signings we'll want to bring in, if we go back to the squad, we'll probably want another centre back. If we go back into the full squad to see the substitutes, we'd probably want a centre back, maybe a goalkeeper, maybe a backup left back and a backup midfielder, and if we have enough money, backup striker. That may be a lot of players, but really we got to bring in who we can. So I'm gonna go and look and try and find some transfer targets and some players that we might want to bring in to bolster our squad. Okay, so I've gone through, like, I've looked at different positions, looked at different leagues, looked at different players I'd want, and really the main players I want are here. So I'm going for Daniel Marlon. Now I know that I think he's like 77, 78 rated, so he's better than both the strikers we've got. However, I was thinking of swapping him with Shay Adams and having Shay Adams as our backup striker. Then we've got Malang Sarr, because I was looking at a backup centre back and a backup left back, and he can play both positions. So maybe we'd go in for him. That's why I haven't really listed the left back, because I feel like I might be going with him. But if you think I should sign anyone else, I'll just keep him as a backup centre back and I'll bring in a backup left back. We've got two midfielders, Gibbs White and Alenya. I feel like I'm more leaning towards Alenya because he's higher rated. He may be a bit older than Gibbs White, but he's higher rated, and I feel like he'll be a good player for us. And then finally, just for, you know, because of his potential and because of how worldwide he is at the moment, Ansu Fati. I've got my shortlist. Can't actually buy him like normally because Barcelona don't want to sell him, but you can pay his 18 million release clause. So I don't need him, but I will think about whether I sign him or not. But for now, really, we're just gonna skip past like the pre-season tournament, because obviously I chose a pre-season tournament, if you didn't see. And yeah, we're going to obviously see the ratings of the players. We're going to maybe see some other players that we might want to buy. There might be some news stories about players wanting to leave, and we'll have some transfer offers coming in for our players as well. So we're going to skip forward to this first friendly match against Club Bruges. Now I'm not going to make a second team because I don't think I have enough depth to do that yet. I'll make a second team maybe in the next episode. Okay, so I've got a message from Joyberg. Greetings, boss. On behalf of the whole team, I'd like to give you a warm welcome to Southampton. So I'm going to reply to that with excited about the future. So I've already got his morale up, but I'm sure you guys already know about the morale system and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all these objectives. And at the end of this episode, I might also go through like where they want us to finish, what they want us to do. But this is our first game against Club Bruges. We're gonna sim it. Hopefully we win. We'll find out straight away because of the new thing they've added, where obviously it just goes straight to the score. So against Club Bruges, we lost 3-0. Oh, that's not very good, is it? That's not very good. That's not good at all. Okay, well that wasn't great, was it? Okay, well, we got a transfer offer here for McCarthy. Now I think I'm gonna reject this, but I'm not gonna block him because I might end up selling him. So for now, he's just gonna be, we're just gonna reject the offer and move on to our next game against Wolfsburg, who lost their first game. Oh, maybe not just yet, because we got another offer from Bologna. I almost forgot how to say it. From Bologna for Bertrand, which we're going to reject because Bertrand's. We're going to reject and block because Bertrand's like our best left back. And now we'll be able to sim to the Wolfsburg game. Yeah, we've simmed to the Wolfsburg game. We've also got some scout reports back, but we'll check those after obviously everyone's has come back. An offer for Jack Stevens. I might take that, you know. I actually might. It may be to a Premier League rival, but we need money, and I've got better centre backs, and I'm bringing in a centre back. So I'm going to actually I'll negotiate. I want around like 8 million for him because it said between 6 million and 9 million to, you know, entice him to come to our club. And so if we're gonna meet like kind of halfway, we'll go for like 8 million. It doesn't really matter because even if we sell him for 6 million, we'll still have 59 million in the budget. But I'm gonna go for 8 million, and they say 6.6. Let's go for 7.5. Meet me halfway, come on. They accept. So 7.5 million pounds for Jake Stevens. Why do I keep calling him Jake? For Jack Stevens. So he's going to be gone unless it all falls through. But now we've got our next friendly match against Wolfsburg, which we're going to sim. Now I know it's a neutral match, but we're sort of the away team, so we're probably going to lose. Okay, 2-2 draw. I don't know if that's meant to mean that Wolfsburg played badly or we just played really well. Don't know, but anyhow, we're just gonna move on, and hopefully we're gonna get those scout reports back soon because I really want to see the ratings of these players. Oh, and it looks like we got them here. Yep, got all the final scout reports back. So we're gonna go over to our transfer hub and obviously see what their ratings are. Okay, so Marlon is 77 rated. Okay, so he's obviously better than Ings and Adams, but he'd go in ahead of Adams and we'd keep Ings in the starting 11. Malangsar 75 rated, so he's around the same as Jack Stevens, and he's younger than Jack Stevens, so he has room to grow and he can play a left back. So there's a lot of things there that are good about Malangsar. Gibbs White is 70 rated and he's worth like 3 million, so he'd be cheap. However, let's see how much Elena's worth. He's worth like 10 million. We could offer between 11 and or like 12 and 18 million, let's just say. So yeah, he may be more expensive, but he's better. He's only a few years older, and I feel like he'll be a better all-round player. And he comes from Barcelona, and he's from the Barcelona academy. And Barcelona don't just let, you know, like, terrible players, you know, out their academy. Although Bojan was a terrible player, but he was good when they obviously let him go. Ansu Fati, he's worth 7 million, but maybe if we had enough money, I'd pay his 18 million release clause. Let's just have a quick look at his stats. He's rapid. He's 16 years old, so he's got great potential. But obviously there's dynamic potential, so players just go up randomly. Players like I was doing my Brighton career mode, and if you've seen my main channel, you should know about that. And Johan Bach, at 28 years old or 27 years old, became a promising player. So yeah, dynamic potential, a bit weird. But anyway, Ansu Fati 73 rated. He's got quite a few good stats and would be a really good player to bring in. But I feel like I'm going to go. Well, I feel like the 3 players I'm definitely going to sign are Marlon, Sarr, and Alenya, and then I'll take any suggestions I may get, and I'll take them on board and I'll add them to my transfer list, and then I'll see if I buy them. I'll leave Fati and Gibbs White for now because they're not essential players, and I'll probably get rid of Gibbs White anyway, because if I'm buying Alenya, why do I need Gibbs White? But I'm gonna first go in for Donyell Marlon, and we'll see how much we can negotiate for him. Because like when I tried to sign him before, he cost like 18 million, and I'm hoping to get a better deal than that this time. So we're gonna go in here for about let's go 14 million. 14 mil. Surely they could at least, you know, negotiate. 20 million. That's way too much. That is way too much. Way too much. But, well, I'm not willing to pay that much. 15 million. 15? They're just sticking to 20 mil. Gotta go closer to their bid then. I'll go 17. Come on, meet me in the middle. Meet me sort of in the middle. Please, meet me in the middle. Yes, so 17 million for Donyell Marlon. And we're going to negotiate his transfer talks just for Donyell Marlon. For the rest, we're gonna delegate, because it saves you money on signing bonuses and stuff like that. So he wants an important squad role. I'll accept, because I also want to play Shay Adams as well. He wants a 5-year contract. I can accept that. That's fine. He doesn't want a release clause. I didn't want to add a release clause anyway. And he wants 31k. He's on 14k at the moment because Eredivisie have weird contracts. I'm going to give him 1k more and take away the bonus. And it's not quite what he wanted, but he's willing to accept it. So Donyell Marlon is our first signing, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Okay, moving on. We're now going to go in for Malang Sarr. And Malang Sarr, he's a good centre-back. He's young and he can play a left-back, as I've said probably about 16 million times by now. But he's only worth 8 mil, so I think I'm going to go in for 10. 10 mil, that should be enough. They'll probably accept it. 10.2. I'm just gonna take that back down to 10. They should accept 10, because what are they going to spend the 200k on? Like, they're not going to be able to spend the 200k on anything. But I'm going to delegate Sarr's contract. Hang on, how much is he on right now? He's on 17k. So if I delegate it, yeah, he should accept that. And then finally, Alenya. Now, Alenya, he's a midfielder that I've always wanted to use, but at the times I've remembered he's in the game, or like I try and go for him at the start of the game, but he'd have like a 30 million release clause, or when I go in for him later, he goes like 50 million, but then he has like a price tag of 60 to 90. It's like, I don't have that money. But here we're gonna go for him. He's only worth 10 mil. I'm gonna offer them 12 mil. See what they say. So what are they gonna say to 12 million? Oh, they accept it straight away. Maybe I could have got away with less, but we're going to delegate. How much is he on? He's probably on a lot. 73k. So we're going to go 75 to 100. That should be fine. I don't want this to fall through. Maybe I should have gone for a bit less, but I just don't want it to fall through. So yeah, we're going to see what they say, if they accept it, if they want more money. Actually, normally if they want more money, they just say, oh, no, I reject your club. But yeah, let's see what comes back. We're now playing our final friendly probably against Torino. Oh wait, we won, so we might be going through, but are we? No, we're out. And Jack Stevens has been sold to Leicester City. We get 5 million of the money. We got 1 million from the pre-season tournaments. Yeah, we're doing quite well. Money-wise, maybe not the best, but still, it's good. We're doing really well. So Sar's accepted his contract. Yes, get in. So that's our second signing, Malang Sarr. Yay! Second signing, and what a signing as well. He's a great player. Look, signed a top player. He's an amazing player. And then finally, Elenya's accepted his contract, 75k. Yes, we're gonna accept. What a great transfer window we're having. 3 insane signings: Donyell Marlon, Malang Sarr, and Elenya. I might want to change their kit numbers around, but I feel like Elenya's and Sar's are fine. Maybe change Donyell Marlon's. But now we're going to go over to the training, because I want to train a few players. First player I want to train Obafemi, because he's been playing a lot for Southampton in real life, and I feel like he'll be a really good player for us in this career mode. He's at the moment our 5th choice striker, but he could definitely go up the ranks. And then another player is Genepo. I don't know how I almost got his name wrong, but I want to train his crossing because he's not that great at crossing. So I'm going to go to crossing scenarios and I'm going to train up his crossing. I want to train Angus Gunn, definitely, because he could be our starting goalkeeper for years to come. So yeah, we want to get him to a higher overall as soon as possible. Then I want to train Elenya because well, his stats are okay, but they're like, I would want to train his finishing a little bit because he might be in box sometimes, because you know midfielders, they seem to attack sometimes, so we may find him in the box and we want him to have good finishing. Obviously you'd want anyone that you find in the box to have good finishing. And finally we're going to train Kevin Danso. Actually, we're going to train Kevin Danso, and we're going to train him in his defending, because him and Sarr could definitely have a good partnership in the future. Or maybe him and Bednarek and Sarr at left back. We're going to simulate these drills, and DCACC. Not that great, but Angus Gunn's doing well, but the rest, I would expect better, and I would want better so that they can grow more. But, yeah, I feel like this has been a really, really good episode. Oh wait, we've got an offer for Cedric, 3.5 mil. Oh, no, I'm gonna reject it. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. In the next episode, we'll be playing our first games of the season. Our first game of the season is against, who's it against? It's against Burnley. So first game of the season against Burnley, and we'll be playing 3 or 4 matches. So we have some big games in August, and I feel like you guys would want to stay tuned in for them. But for now, that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my main channel, Waden. Nice edits on there, and some other funny, I say funny, yeah, I use it lightly, but funny content on that channel. But for now, see you later. Bye.